Hello student, welcome to bio class. We have already discussed about fate of end products of photosynthesis. The main objectives of today's topic are adaptation in leaf for photosynthesis, factors affecting photosynthesis and significance of photosynthesis. Now, let's discuss what are the adaptation in leaf for photosynthesis. First adaptation is large surface area. Leaves are wide and flat to create a large surface area and to absorb as much light as possible. In this picture you can see large surface area of leaves helps in maximum absorption of light energy from the sunlight. Second adaptation is thinness of leaves. Leaves are thin so gases can reach cells easily. Third adaptation is network of veins. Leaves have lots of veins to carry water to the cells and carry glucose away. In this picture you can see network of veins in the leaves helps in the rapid transport to and from the mesophyll cells of leaves. Last adaptation is stomata. Leaves have holes called stomata on their underside through which gases move in and out. In this picture you can see stomata allow quick exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide through them. Now come to the page number 5.6. Let's start the reading of this topic. Adaptation in leaf for photosynthesis. First is large surface area. The surface area of the leaves is very large. It helps in the absorption of maximum light energy from the sunlight. Second is leaf arrangement. The leaves are arranged on the stem in such a way, right angle to light source, so that maximum surface area of leaves is exposed to sunlight. In this picture, you can see the leaves are arranged on the stem in such a way so that maximum surface area of leaves is exposed to sunlight. Third adaptation is chloroplast. Chloroplasts containing chlorophylls are concentrated in the upper layers of the leaf cells, near the cell walls. It helps in trapping maximum radiant energy from the sunlight quickly. Next is numerous stomata. Numerous stomata in the leaves allow quick exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide through them. Thinness of leaves. Thinness of leaves further enhances the rapid transport of materials between adjoining cells. Network of veins. Network of veins in the leaves helps in the rapid transport to and from the mesophyll cells of leaves. The process of photosynthesis is affected by two types of factors, namely external factors and internal factors. External factors are sunlight, temperature, carbon dioxide, water, and minerals. Now let's discuss external factors as well as internal factors in detail. Factors affecting photosynthesis. External factors. First is light. Radiant energy of light is an important factor in three aspects, that is intensity, quality, and duration. About 0.2 to 1% of the total solar radiations is utilized in photosynthesis. Within limits, increase in light intensity increases the rate of photosynthesis. At very high light intensity, the photosynthetic apparatus may get damaged. This phenomenon is called solarization. Now, what is solarization? Solarization is a destruction of photosynthetic apparatus at very high light intensity. And photosynthesis is greatly
influenced by
light quality. Blue and red region of the visible spectrum are most effective and green the least. The process of photosynthesis is also directly proportional to the duration of light. Second is carbon dioxide. If light intensity is good and the temperature is optimum, then increase in carbon dioxide concentration increases the rate of photosynthesis. Temperature. Temperature at which rate of photosynthesis is maximum is called optimum temperature. It is 35 degrees Celsius. The rate of photosynthesis goes on increasing from lower temperature to 35 degrees Celsius. It again starts decreasing above 35 degrees Celsius and stops above 40 degrees Celsius. A rise of 10 degrees Celsius below the optimum temperature doubles the rate of photosynthesis, provided the light intensity is high, and it is called Q10 law. Question is, what is Q10 law? Q10 law is the rise of 10 degrees Celsius below the optimum temperature doubles the rate of photosynthesis, provided the light intensity is high. For example, a rise from 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius or 22 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius or 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius doubles the rate of photosynthesis. Next is water. Under normal conditions, water has no direct bearing on the rate of photosynthesis. But if the water supply is poor, then a decrease in photosynthesis has been observed. Next is internal factors. First is chlorophyll. Deficiency of magnesium causes loss of chlorophyll, hence, leaves are not able to absorb sunlight. Second is leaf structure. The size of leaf, distribution of stomata, and thickness of cuticle influences the amount of carbon dioxide and light entering the leaf, hence, affects the rate of photosynthesis. Significance of photosynthesis. Most living organisms depend on plants to survive. Plants convert energy from sunlight into food stored as carbohydrate through photosynthesis. Because animals can't make their own food, they must eat plants to gain nutrition. Plants produce oxygen which is released during photosynthesis. Now come to the page number 5.7. Let's start the reading of this topic. Significance of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the most important and basic process which sustains life on this earth. It has manifold significance, such as food. It synthesizes food from inorganic substances. This food becomes an ultimate source of energy and life for all the living organisms. This helps in maintaining food chain amongst the producers, herbivores, and carnivores. The food chain may have a number of stages, but the starting point is always a plant. The non-green plants like fungi and bacteria obtain their food from decaying organic matter in their environment. Hence, it is very rightly said that all flesh is grass. Now, there is a question. Comment upon the following. All flesh is grass. Green plants make their food by the process of photosynthesis, so they are called producers. Herbivores like cow, horse eat green plants, and carnivores like tiger, lion eat herbivores. So, directly or indirectly, all living organisms depend upon green plants. In this picture, you can see the food prepared by the plant becomes the ultimate source of energy and life for all the living organisms. Picture, you can see photosynthesis is the only known method that keeps the oxygen and carbon dioxide concentration constant in the environment. Oxygen. It is the only known method which releases oxygen in the atmosphere. It keeps the oxygen concentration constant. Oxygen supports all life on earth. Next is carbon dioxide. It helps to keep the carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere constant. The carbon dioxide being released due to the respiration of living organisms is being incorporated in glucose during photosynthesis. Photosynthesis and changes in the atmospheric air. Light intensity keeps on changing from dawn to dusk. It increases from dawn to midday and then decreases up to dusk. Correspondingly, rate of photosynthesis increases from dawn to midday and then decreases up to dusk. At dawn and dusk, when light is dim, the rate of photosynthesis is equal to that of respiration, and this point is called compensation point. So, compensation point is the point at low light intensity, rate of photosynthesis is equal to rate of respiration. With the increase in the rate of photosynthesis from dawn to midday, more oxygen is released and more carbon dioxide is consumed. Whereas at composition point, there is no exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. At night, the plants release carbon dioxide and consume oxygen in respiration. That is why it is said that one should not sleep under a tree during night. Sleeping under a tree at night is not advisable. During daytime, plant undergoes the process of photosynthesis and respiration. But during nighttime, as there is no light, so no process of photosynthesis takes place. Plants only undergoes the process of respiration and releases carbon dioxide. There is more concentration of carbon dioxide which is harmful for all living organisms. So sleeping under a tree at night is not advisable. Hope you have understood this topic. Now you must be able to solve the following questions. Comment upon the following. All flesh is grass. Give reason for the following. Green leaves are thin and broad. Sleeping under a tree at night is not advisable. Mention any three adaptations found in plants to favor the process of photosynthesis. So students, we have completed the discussion of this topic. Now we will continue in the next class. Thank you very much. Hope you have understood this topic. Now you must be able to solve the following questions. Comment upon the following. All flesh is grass. Give reason for the following. Green leaves are thin and broad. Sleeping under a tree at night is not advisable. Mention any three adaptations found in plants to favor the process of photosynthesis. So now you have completed the discussion. We will continue in the next class. Thank you very much.